Who there, wanderer? Stay thy course a moment to indulge an old man. The very same, Gale. And a fair bit miffed he is, too, finding himself forced to expose his best pair of boots to so many miles of country road on your behalf. I was bid to spare neither time nor my own self to find you. She sent me, Gale. You know of whom I speak. Mistra, aye, my boy. What she wants is a matter better discussed in more comfortable environs. Knowing you, I'll wager your camp is a veritable home away from home. Lead the way. Then I can rest these bones of mine for a spell, and you can learn all that I have to share. Marvelous. Onward, then. Yes, this shall suffice. Gale, my boy, I've come to address a most pressing matter. I'll speak as plainly as I can, forswearing the accustomed frills that decorate my speech. Mistra, the message and the charge I bring you are hers. You know where you went wrong, Gale. No, we needn't dwell on that here and now. But even so, you're to be given a chance of redemption. The catch being the exact definition of redemption in Mistra's eyes, and the labor you must undertake in order to attain it. Mistra is aware of the misadventures that have befallen you both. She knows of your strife with the Absolute, that most insidious of evils. You must know that the Absolute is more dangerous than you can possibly conceive. It threatens all who live, even those who are undying. It threatens the gods, the weave, the very fabric of the universe itself. That is why I have come here to charge you, Gale, with its destruction. It is Mistra's belief that only you can. As you say, Mistra has granted me the power to stop the clock, as it were, on the orb's rush to overpower you. Instead, you will be able to unleash its lethal combustion at will. You must find the heart of the Absolute, whatever that may be, and use yourself as the catalyst that will burn it from this world. Remember who she is, Gale. Mortal death is but a passing chapter to a goddess, and to those who win her favor. Whatever she can grant unto you is infinitely better than whatever you cling to now. With that, I've said my sorry piece, and need only bestow unto thee the charm I was bid. My Nahastra, Mistra Riel, Italian, Thras Anastra. It is done. Both charge and charm have been committed into your care. Like moons make swell and wane the nescient seas, so too the sky-strewn gods ordain the tidal fates of mortal days. And yet, an ocean born in lonely hours, come ebb, come flow, come all that is beyond the breadth of our dominion, Be a moon unto yourself. Even the waves of fate can break upon the shores of will. Farewell, my friend.
Ah, Mr. Dacarios, you seem different, better. What's the meaning of this? You've a netherese orb in your belly, a tadpole in your head, and you've been sleeping in what amounts to a very well-appointed ditch. So, go on, explain yourself. Don't be silly. What is it really? About time that old Bookabone showed his face. I've been looking for him for precisely the reason you outline. No more pricey artifacts for you, then, is that it? Excellent. You were quickly becoming the most expensive pet in the realms. You are my pet, and I'm yours. A perfect circle of companionship. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Oh. Well, do go on, Mr. Dacarios. Don't let that stop you. There's a great deal I don't like, but I haven't keeled over yet. My God, she didn't. She wouldn't. Mistra is a god. She can handle this without taking your life in the bargain, surely. Tell me you aren't going to go through with it. Consider this, Gale Dacarios. I forbid you to undertake this fool's errand. It isn't your job to do the gods' dirty work for them. If Mistra wants to intervene, let her do so at her own peril. Gods! At this rate, I'll have to give up the weave and take up a crossbow. Get the gods out of our business entirely. Promise me, Gale. Promise me you'll find another way. Promise me you'll return home when this is all over. You're going to kill me. And your mother. And there'll be no one to mourn you when you've wasted yourself for no good reason at all. Damn the Absolute. Damn Mistra. Damn it all if you go through with this, Gale. Go. I don't want to look at you anymore. Go on.
Elminster's visit weighs heavy on your mind. His is a face you did not expect to see again. When you last saw him, you were in your prime. No orb, no tadpole, a mage of growing renown, all power, pride, and potential. Beloved by the goddess of magic herself. It's one thing to have fallen from such heights, but to have Elminster himself now witness your humiliation is almost unbearable. While most know of Elminster the legend, few know him as you have. He plucked you from obscurity, offered you his guidance, his faith, and most recently, his pity. The stakes of the task ahead are clear. The Absolute threatens more than Faerun. It threatens the goddess of magic herself. The last great threat to Mistra's role as protector of the Weave was at the hands of the Netherese wizard Karsus. His empire, Netheril, has long since crashed and burned, but traces of its magic still remain, if you know what to look for. Spells, artifacts, weapons. Whatever lies at the heart of the Absolute, it's powerful enough to inspire the fear of the gods themselves. What else could it be capable of?
There you are, Mr. Dacarios. I've been champing at the proverbial bit. I've something for you, a letter from Elminster himself. He was most insistent I give it to you immediately upon your return. One thing only. He gave the strictest instructions that this letter was for your eyes only. That being said, I am sure he won't mind you indulging me with its subject matter once you've broken the seal.
The letter is written in Elminster's crabbed hand, and given his usual verbosity, is rather succinct.
I see remaining up to Mystic is my duty, especially when I'm not the one being asked to do the seemingly impossible. Think carefully, exceedingly so. You know, Mistra, as do I. I was not born an old man. I am all too familiar with what it's like to have a goddess fill your heart with longing. If there is another way, I trust you can find it. It is not in your nature or mine to stop looking, to accept the first answer to any dilemma. Do what you can. Put that mind to work. Perhaps that should have been your mission right from the start.
Reading between Elminster's cramped lines, you can draw only one conclusion. He thinks you should defy Mistra's instruction and refuse to use the orb.
What is it, darling? You look rather pale. Aha! Mr. Ormar can always be relied upon to bring a dash of good sense to proceedings. A shame he didn't start with that, but still, I hope you plan to heed his advice. Carefully, though. He seemed rather fidgety when he delivered his message. Mistra will have both of you in her bad books before long.
Though the night is still, your heart feels quite the opposite. Elminster's letter has given you much to digest. Can it really be true? Does he believe Mistra's instruction is wrong? In all the years you've known Elminster, he's never once questioned his goddess's wisdom. For him to do so now, there must be something to this. You finally appear to be winning back Mistra's favor, even her blessings. But appearances are not everything. And after all, she does not give without expecting in return. If the heart of the Absolute is within reach, it's not because of her intervention. It's because of your efforts, your struggle, your life being put on the line. Are you truly ready to sacrifice yourself for her? Mistra's conclusion is based on a flawed assumption. The orb cannot be the only means of destroying the Absolute, though she may think it the most convenient. What that alternative may be, you have yet to discover. But you will discover it, whether Mistra wants you to or not.